What's going on? Blockbuster Battles back at you again today. We are almost ready to set up for our Skype. We're ready to set up for our Skype, but it got late on us, so we decided to go ahead and do it here on Twitch as usual.
Of course, you're lazy.
Yeah, and I didn't want to. I know it was late for some of y'all, and I didn't want y'all to get queasy having to look at Joe's face. So, yeah. Anyway, so Joe, what you up to today? How was your day?
Let's see, man. I went kayaking around this beautiful lake that I live at and set a personal best time by over 15 minutes. I was booking, but it was hot and it was a good day.
Was the wind blowing?
Actually, man, I got pretty surprised it wasn't blowing, and I thought that I was going to do really well just for that. And then a north wind hit me about the last 2 miles, and it was challenging.
Yeah, see, I went kayaking yesterday, and I went out, and the wind was at my back, and I was smoking it. But then on the way back, the wind was in my face, and I was like, I shouldn't have went so far.
Where'd you get kayaking?
Smith Mill Pond.
Okay. Smith Mill Pond. Robco Smith Mill Pond? Or?
Yeah, Robco. I went fishing then. I got a fishing kayak, so I like to fish and kayak at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only kayak. That's the only kayak to do it.
Yeah. So my
not to mention Smith Mill Pond. That's better. Go ahead.
My daughter likes to just kayak, but I fish while I do it.
I got you. Smith Mill Pond's about a mile or two from my farm. My whole family raised it.
Okay, I got you. Well, good stuff. Well, we are here today to talk about some important stuff. This week, matter of fact, in just a couple of days, by the time you see this, probably tomorrow, Cruella live action will be coming out. It's going to be on Disney Plus and in theaters. Okay, this is the Disney latest remake that they're doing, live action remake of a classic.
Are you sure is it a remake or is it just their own story of Cruella?
It's a reimagining, okay? They've already done a remake with 101 Dalmatians, but this is so I guess, I don't know, you call this a remake? I don't know what you call it. What do you call Maleficent?
I still call those originals or backstories, prequels, however you want to say it, but they're their own individual story, and I think that's what Cruella's going to be.
Well, I hope that it's not like Maleficent, and what I call Maleficent is garbage. So
Emma Stone, interesting choice.
So that comes out this Friday, so that's why we decided to do live-action Disney movies, top 10 live-action Disney. We did top 10 Disney animated before. We got a lot of controversy on that. Hey, hold on. Venus is in the chat. Hold on just 1 second. We are doing our Blockbuster Battles, and as soon as this is over, we're going to pick you up and play some games. But we're getting ready to dive into the list. Won't take us long to go through what we're talking about here today. So, Joe, if you want to go ahead and kick us off with your number 10 live-action movie.
Oh, you giving me the honor of going first?
Yeah, I mean, you are the defending champion, I guess.
Oh, let's see here. All right, we're going with number 10. And, so number 10 for me is going to be, and Lord, I'm still having trouble putting this in here. You know what? I'm going to own it, and I move this to my honorable mentions because I'm flirting back and forth with this. But
okay.
Number 10, man, I'm going to get so much heck for this.
So just give me number 10.
Number 10 for me is Freaky Friday.
Oh my God!
yes, I knew it.
Freaky Friday!
Yes. Okay, so
the chat's laughing. Just by the way, just FYI.
All right, that's fine. Let me tell you why Freaky Friday is my number 10 because, and I'm gonna make this brief, but on church trips when we went to mission trips and different things, we had very limited VHS tapes, and we had Freaky Friday. And Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan switching around, and I can still sing the song, "Hey, take me away, don't wanna grow up." So, anyways, it's a great movie. It's funny, man. It's funny. I liked it as a kid. I was hypnotized watching it, just like Mean Girls. I love Mean Girls, but that's not part of this list. But Freaky Friday, yes, number 10.
Okay, I'm gonna give you extra points for singing, but my number 10 is also one that I must say that I oddly enjoyed, okay? A lot. And probably watched a lot when I was younger. And that was the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap.
Parent Trap?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I like the old Parent Trap, but I was young. I was about the same age as Lindsay at that time. So that was my Parent Trap. And so that was my number 10. Loved the Parent Trap. That was my movie.
I think most people are going to agree with you going Parent Trap over Freaky Friday. I just enjoyed Freaky Friday more. Since Parent Trap was a remake. So.
Yeah. So, okay, my number 9 is another guilty pleasure I have of one of my favorite actors, by the way, Mr. Nicolas Cage in National Treasure.
Yep. Hey, can't hate on it. Can't hate on it. I do. The original, the first one, I really like.
Yes, their first one is great, and they steal the Declaration of Independence. I mean, you give me a movie that's got bigger stakes than that.
That's a very great concept. I do like it.
It was neat.
Like
it was totally different, and it was all the little clues with the end of like the founding fathers. Yeah, I just thought that was fascinating and cool. So there you go.
So not in a big way. We'll come back to it, but yeah, I agree with that one. I like it.
All right,
my number 9, moving on along. This one is near and dear to my heart. I know it's not the best movie in the world, but ranking them was difficult. But this one, in my heart, would be higher. But rest in peace, one of the greatest comedians ever, if not the best to me, Flubber with Robin Williams.
That's a good one. That one didn't make my list, but it's a good movie.
I do love Flubber, man. It's an interesting concept. They even learned how to do flying cars, and Robin Williams is just great in there. And me as a kid, the term absent-minded, leaving your stuff everywhere, forgetting things, which I do all the time, and late to things all the time, just like Robin Williams in this movie.
And
I could very much relate to that.
Same thing.
Still to this day, yeah. That's why it hits hard. That's why it hits home to me. I'm very much like the professor in that movie, but just not as funny or successful. But anyways, go ahead.
So me and my daughter, we go on Disney cruises. We've been on one just about every year, except for last year, obviously.
Excellent.
And she always makes Flubber in the Disney Kids Club.
Does she really?
Yes, they do. They make Flubber and they have.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
So pretty cool. Yeah. So that's a great pick. All right. So that was your number 9, right? So you're number 8.
You're moving right right for me.
Yeah, we're moving right along.
Here it is. Yeah, you're right. Number 8 for me is, and I had to rank it somewhere for me, Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins is my number 8, just because I watched it a lot as a kid. It did have, a spoonful of medicine, this lady flying in on an umbrella. It was an interesting concept as a kid. Watched it multiple times. I would actually, I don't know, just for influence is why it's my number 8. That's it. Go ahead.
Let me tell you what I think about Mary Poppins. Garbage. Garbage.
Okay.
I hate Mary Poppins. Okay, and it's probably because when I was younger they tried to make me watch that crap. And here's the thing: I know most of Disney movies are musicals, but I hate obvious musicals. Okay, and Mary Poppins is just a bunch of singing and whining, and I don't even like that word. They wrote a whole song about a stupid word. Okay, that's dumb.
Okay,
dumb.
Okay, okay, fine. One quick thing on there, since you're just gonna hate on everything, but it taught me that you can write a song about cleaning a chimney. So, I just say.
Well,
Anyways,
okay then. Moving right along. My number 8 is my only remake on here of the animated remake, one of the live-action remakes. And I know that you're probably going to argue this one because it's the least live-action one of the bunch. But it does have a live boy, Jungle Book.
Something told me you were going to make that.
The Jungle Book was the best remake that they've done so far. The way that those animals, I know they weren't real, I know they were CGI, but they looked very real and talked. I like the little twist that they did. I like the voices that they used. I could listen to Scarlett Johansson as the snake all day, every day. Okay, let me tell you that. And Bill Murray as Baloo, and it's a good movie. It was a great animated movie, and it's a really good remake, and that's why it's on my list. Out of all of the remakes, that's the only one that I have, so no more remakes on there, but number 8 is The Jungle Book. You ready for my number 7? You got anything to say about Jungle Book?
Oh, I sure do. I have something to say that out of all of the remakes, that is a decent choice. But let me just go ahead and tell you, compared to the normal songs, the original animation, everything else, and I will go ahead and stand by this, which is why I quit watching them. But I did watch The Jungle Book, and I was decently impressed, which is the only reason I'll give you any credit. But they're all garbage. Disney should quit live action remaking them. Compared to their animated counterparts, they're all garbage. But go ahead.
Now you telling me that what's the guy's name that was played the monkey? And what? He's got that funny the way he talks funny, and the way he was singing that song, that was way better
First
than
of all,
the original.
No,
What's his
not,
name?
no, it's not, dude.
What's his name?
King Louis.
King Louis.
King
Yes.
Louis. Huh? Oh, well, I don't know.
Well, what's
couldn't
the
tell you
actor's
that,
name?
but-
Anyway,
Oh.
but he's got a funny voice, and yeah. Anyway, great movie. All
Look,
right,
Corey,
so
no,
is it
hold
my
on.
number
Corey,
time?
the original, but no. The original song, "I Want to Be Like You," with the monkeys in the animated version, is so much better. I want to be like you, ooh, ooh, bop's your way to do. Want to talk like you, walk like you, ooh.
Listen, they had to
Good.
do something different. They did a good job mixing a little bit of different with great
Trash.
stuff. Okay,
Trash.
very
Go ahead,
good.
next.
A lot better than Mary
Trash.
Poppins. You tell me, you sit down today. Which one would you rather watch, Mary Poppins or The Lion King?
Trash.
The Lion King.
I'm ranking them
I
on
mean,
ratings for
Jungle
me,
Book,
sir.
not even Lion King. Anyway,
ahead.
my number seven is another great movie. Okay, and it's a little funny to be on this list because it's May, but it's the Santa Claus. Okay, with Tim Allen. This is a fantastic movie, a Christmas movie. I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. I decorate for Christmas. I put my Christmas tree up the day after Halloween. All right, so I love Christmas. I love this movie. I love this idea that this guy falls off a roof and you become Santa Claus and you have to learn all this cool stuff. And it's just a great movie. And it sparked a franchise with 3 or 4 movies later. None of them match
That were
up to
all
the
trash.
original. None of them match up to the original. But that first one was something special. It was magical. It was Scott Calvin became Santa Claus.
All right, good choice.
Your number 7.
Number 7 for me is near and dear to my heart, and the next 2 are going to be animal movies for me, but Homeward Bound is my number 7.
Homeward Bound, very good. That's an honorable mention for me.
Yep, Chance, Shadow, Sassy, it's wonderful. And when Shadow's climbing out of, the little pit, and he's like, "Oh, Peter, I've missed you," because I thought Shadow was dead, and he just, man, it's such a great movie. Or when Chance has got the porcupine quills in his face, and they're listening to him outside the door. They're like, "Oh God, Sassy, they're killing him." And he's like, "Just let
Don't
me
cry.
die." Great, yeah.
I need to rewatch that one because I haven't watched it in a long time, but that is a good
It's a
movie.
wonderful movie.
If I would have been if I went and rewatched it, it probably would have made my list, truthfully, but I hadn't seen it in a long time, and so, I don't remember their names. But it was a great movie. I
Gotcha.
remember watching it a lot as a kid, and Vina said she was going to cry just
Aw.
thinking about it. All right, go ahead with your number 6.
Well, number 6, that's easy. Another animal movie that deserves a spot on this list somehow or another, but Old Yeller. Old Yeller, just the epitome of a boy and his dog. I had to watch it umpteen different times with my grandfather. Haven't watched it in years. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but great job, Disney. Great. The reason I don't know, it's sad, man. I've got it ingrained in my head, and it's there. It'll be there until I have Alzheimer's. So, but Old Yeller.
Well, my number 6 is going to really smoke your number 6. So my number 6 is Old Yeller. For all the same reasons you said. It ain't a movie that I really want to pick up and just go watch again because it's sad as crap. And it's like the first movie that Disney came out with, you knew everybody in the family was crying when they watched it. And then Pixar picked up on that and said, okay, hey, you know what? Let's do that every movie. And so this is what, this started a trend, I believe, Old Yeller. So, yeah, very important movie, great movie. I like the setting of the movie. It's just a great movie. So now we're into the top 5 live-action Disney movies. And I don't think there's a better way to start a top 5 than with a true underdog story.
Oh boy! How do I? We're about to have the same one. I know we are.
A true underdog story of a team
I want to take a picture
of people
of what.
who create a bobsled team in Jamaica. Okay, Cool Runnings. Okay, Cool Runnings is absolutely an amazing Disney movie about an unlikely story, and it's got John Candy in it. I mean, I love John Candy, and it's just a great movie. If you haven't seen Cool Runnings, go watch it. Stop what you're doing right now. Turn the stream off. Go watch Cool Runnings.
I guess I'm gonna have to because I ain't seen it. I didn't think so. Have not seen it. But
You've never seen Cool Runnings?
I have not, buddy.
Oh my God, that is man, it is a great movie.
So far.
Jamaican bobsled team. That's right. Yeah, you haven't. Venus, you've never seen this. Okay, yes, loved that movie. Okay, good. She's thinking.
Okay. Guess I live under a rock.
Yes, you do.
You know. Or maybe I live down in a hole, which is mine, is holes.
Holes. Actually, here's the thing about Holes. I've never seen it.
What?
I've never seen Holes. Never seen Holes.
There is no freaking way you've never seen Holes.
I know all about it. I've probably seen bits and pieces of it, like on the Disney Channel, but I've never sat down and watched the whole movie from beginning to end.
Stanley Yipnats. Oh my gosh. So okay, let me go ahead and tell you.
What year did this movie come out?
2003.
See, I was a junior in high school, and I didn't watch anything Disney at that point because I was too cool.
Well, that's your own fault. I was watching Disney before and through high school because I was a nerd.
You know what I'm saying? There's that awkward stage, like once I got my license until I graduated high school, where I thought I had to be cooler than I was, and so I missed out on some cool stuff that I should have been paying attention to.
Oh Lord! Okay, well, two things with Holes real quick. One, it is a wonderful book that we were actually required to read in our class in English.
Strike one.
And then afterwards, of course, they rolled. What do you mean strike one?
Books. Why read when you can watch TV?
Okay, first of all, I love books. I have a whole bookshelf, so you get out of here.
Oh, a whole bookshelf?
I have multiple bookshelves, but I was a history major, Corey. I had to read multiple books every semester. You have to love reading to be a history major. But that being said, though, Holes, just a great story. Corey, the fact that you haven't seen it, I will go watch the Jamaican bobsledding movie if you will go watch Holes for me, because you and your daughter will love this movie.
That's the deal.
It is a great story of... You know what? Just go watch it.
Is there somebody in the movie named Sanka?
Named Sanka?
I think that's what it says.
Trying to remember.
Sanka. He says, Sanka, you dead, man? That's what Mike said. I don't know if he's quoting a movie or is that might be from Jamaica. I don't know. I can't remember the characters.
There's a bunch of different convicts in that movie that have different nicknames and stuff like that. And man, it's just a great movie. But I will tell you this one meme that still goes around on the internet. I know you've seen it, where it's like, "Grandpa, I'm tired of digging for these holes." Well, that's too damn bad. It's just it's out of the movie. It's a wonderful meme that still goes around right now about when you're tired of doing something and life just tells you it's too bad. So you need to go watch it.
So both our number fives. Neither one of us has seen the other one. Okay, so go.
That is interesting.
Yep.
What symmetry?
Number 4.
Am I?
You.
Am I?
You're up. You're up.
Okay. Number 4 for me is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Came out the year I was born, 1989. Great movie. Wonderful movie. Just the journey. Huh? Can you hear me?
I was talking to Mike. He was telling me it was from Jamaican Bobsled. I just can't remember their names.
Okay. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, man, is just, for 1989, was just a crazy concept. It was just a wonderful time. And Rick Moranis, who just actually he quit Hollywood to go, kind of be with his family. But what a great actor, that was in this movie as the dad. But if you haven't seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, it was a classic for me. I always watched it. Still makes me a little bit scared of gigantic fire ants taking over the world, or the backyard at least.
You know, the effects on
that's
that
it.
really still kind of hold up. I watched it not too long
They
ago.
do.
And
And
it's
I've been down to.
Still looks pretty good.
Well, I've been down to either no. When I went to Disney way back when as a kid, they still had like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids exhibit with giant fire ants, and it scared the crap out of me.
So
but
did they
whatever.
have Honey, I Shrunk the Audience? That was when I went to Disney on my honeymoon. They had Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, where you went to the show.
That was not a thing. I mean, I probably went to Disney 20 years ago and haven't been back, and it was still just like a walk through, like statue exhibit to it.
So yeah, that was what we did. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. Anyway, so my number 4 is I'll just give you a little hint right here. Quack, 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 quack.
Figured this
quack,
was coming.
Quack.
I figured this was going to be on your list.
Yes, it's the Flying V. It's the Mighty Ducks, okay? This is absolutely the best hockey movie ever made, okay? Now, there's another one that's in my honorable mentions that I really love, too. But this one is the better one, okay? Because it is about these kids, these misfits, and it starts out with who at his prime. I mean, just coming off. Was this before or after Young Guns? I don't know, but it was in his prime. Elio Estevan or whatever his name was, who was supposed to be Hollywood's next big thing, which never really happened. Okay, he gets in trouble. He's forced to go coach these kids that he really don't want to mess with. They're a bunch of riffraff, and he turns them into a winning team, and it's about, hey, growing together, and he grows, the team grows, and little Charlie, I mean, what a good kid. What a good kid. What's up, Venus? You coming in for the top 3 to chime in on your stuff?
I just here listen and agree.
Okay, there you go. So, Joe, that was my number 4, Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks
Great.
is your number 4? Yeah,
Yes.
I love that movie.
Hey, great movie, Corey, and I don't know how to say this, but it's not in my top 10 or honorable mentions, but it would probably be in my top 15 if I had to make them. But I did enjoy the movie.
How do you not like the Mighty Ducks, Joe? You're un-American.
Okay, first of
Yeah,
all,
what's
there's
that
like
about?
70, 80 movies, and I said it would be in my top 15, so get out of here.
Yeah, but it should be in your top 10. It's the Mighty
Okay, well, it's not, Corey.
Ducks.
It's in yours.
They named
Whatever.
a team after him in California.
Whatever.
Anyway, so was it my turn or your turn on number 3? Have you done your number
Sure.
4 yet? Okay, here's my number 3. Another holiday movie, okay? Because I like holidays. But this one, I'll just give you my favorite quote from the movie. Oh, what a glorious morning. Makes me sick. Hocus pocus. Hocus pocus. Okay.
Corey, that's probably going to win. That's probably going to win That's probably going to. If you win, it's going to be because of this one.
Actually,
And it's going to be with the
in
female
the chat,
voters.
in the chat, Mike's already said, "Okay, I'm going to call it already based on what I've heard, and it's Corey's list. You don't have the Mighty Ducks, okay?"
That's fine. That's fine.
Hocus
That's fine.
Pocus, Bo,
That's fine.
absolute great Halloween movie. It's got some Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, whatever her name is, and they come together, they play. It's about the witches in Salem. It's real. It's like, it seems like it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's not like totally make believe fantasy, but I mean, you can almost believe
a
it.
Halloween favor for
Yes.
many
Oh,
female
man.
viewers.
Yes, and male viewers out there, Joe. Don't be sexist, okay?
Any female viewers, he says.
I'm not being sexist. It's just every Halloween I see a wide variety of females posting how much they love Hocus Pocus.
And a
which is
lot
great
of
movie.
and
I'm not-
a
I'm
lot
not
of
hating on it.
males and a lot of
I
males
don't see any
watching
males
it in
posting
the
I ain't seen
background.
any
They
males
just don't.
posting about
They
it.
just don't
I
post
don't
it,
see
okay?
any I see
They're not
I see
secure
guys
enough.
post about
You
Hocus
look-
Pocus.
You
Oh,
look
they do.
this Halloween. You look. I'll post about it. Okay,
Corey, I have Freaky
I'm
Friday
secure.
Corey, I have Freaky Friday on my list. Okay, I'm secure. Get out of here.
Okay, and weird for having that on your list. Give me
Whatever.
your number 3.
Argument there.
But you do have Mean Girls, so he does have a
So-
point.
No, that's not on
It's
the
not
list though,
Disney.
because it's not Disney.
Oh.
If it was Disney, it'd be like number 1 or 2. Let me just go and tell you, Mean Girls is where it's at. But number 3 for me
got nothing I'm bringing
is
on.
going to be. Oh, Corey, we will have to start a separate stream. We will have to start a separate stream because Bring It On's great, but Mean Girls is no comparison. Anyways,
whatever. Bring it, Joe. Bring it.
Number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. So one of these
great
movies
movie.
one of these movies has to be on here, and I only recognize the original trilogy, just for me personally. Can't put every movie on there, but the original one, just the thrill plus the plot plus just the almost horror to it. It's wonderful. I still enjoy watching it. Still enjoy Captain Jack Sparrow stepping off of his ship onto the pier right off of the crow's nest as it sinks.
Yeah, that's like, a great scene. Yes.
I mean, it's great. It's got so many one-liners in it. I've never heard of, or I've heard of you. You're a terrible pirate, but you have heard of me. It's great.
It is a great movie. It's my number 2 movie. Okay, let me just go ahead and tell you that. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, well, you're up anyways.
It's my number 2. Okay, it is a great movie for all the things that you said. Plus, is it Keira Knightley? Is that her name, son? In that movie, I don't know, something about her. I think it's the way that her neck looks long or something. I don't know, but she looking right, son. And them dresses she was wearing, whatever.
Hey, funny enough, this movie is where I learned what a corset was. When they cut off her breath, I was like, what the devil is this corset thing they keep on tying on here? Bless these women that had to wear corsets back in the day.
Great story, great characters. It was Jack Sparrow when he started. They've kind of played him out now to death, so when it comes out, you kind of lost the luster that it once had. But at the beginning, when you first saw him and you met him for the first time, this was something that was cool. I mean, it was cool. And so I remember watching this movie. It's a great movie. And like you said, great one-liners, great action, just funny throughout. Even when it was kind of almost supposed to be serious, it still was funny, had funny lines. And it just was a good movie. And I had a lot of twists and turns. You never really knew what was going to happen. And, an honest man, you can never really trust. Because one day they're going to do something incredibly stupid. But a dishonest man, you can always trust to be dishonest.
Yep, exactly.
All right, so is it your number 2?
It is my number 2.
Okay.
Oh, that means you get to do number 1. You planned this, right?
No, I did not. Go ahead.
Anyways, number 2 for me is, you said it way earlier, I didn't say much about it, but I absolutely love this movie. Santa Claus, Scott Calvin, the original is number 2 for me. It was almost number 1. And let me go ahead and tell you about this. Literally, my family quotes this probably on a weekly, every 2-week basis, but I have to watch it every Christmas along with It's a Wonderful Life. Probably 2 of the best Christmas movies for me. But you can say what you want to, but I love it. I love the story. Yeah, I love the story. Scott Calvin.
Debate Christmas movies.
It's all right. That's fine. I'm down for that. Any time. Anyways, we'll debate it later. But Scott the one line that my dad uses constantly to insult me when I'm always eating first plate, second plate, third place is when Scott comes in and they're ordering from the menu. And he's like, yeah. And they're like, Scott, man, you gained a lot of weight. And he's like, oh, I got stung by a bee. And then he goes and orders the whole menu. And then they look at him and they're like, stung by a bee, Scott? And he's like, it was a big bee. And, no, great.
They got something else there, too. Well, what does he do? He says, something with whipped cream or something, but put it on the side. You know that?
No. What is it? He's like, and a glass, at the end he's like, and a glass of milk. And they're like, what? And it's like for lunch. And he's having a glass of milk with like a piece of pie.
Yeah.
Oh, there. It's wonderful. They incorporate Led Zeppelin at the end. The elves are like the SWAT team. This movie's just great, man. I absolutely love it. The rest of the movies in that franchise are absolute garbage. They should have left this movie alone. But the magic of Christmas is perfectly embodied in this movie, at least for me as a kid growing up. Number 2, Santa Claus.
That is a great movie. And again, it would probably be higher on my list if it wasn't for the sequels. But the sequels...
The Santa Claus?
Yes, the Santa
Claus.
The
Santa Claus.
The very first one. The first one.
Oh yeah, they did like a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, when they did the 2 and the 3, it kind of
it was gone.
So that kind of that detracted it from it for me. But anyway,
we're not doing franchise. We're doing individual movies, and that one deserves to be up there.
That one does deserve to be on top 10. My number 1 movie.
We're doing honorable mentions.
Wait. Who's your number 1 movie?
I hadn't named it. I'm getting ready to give mine, and Joe's going to give his.
Are we doing honorable mentions
thought he
first
gave
before
it.
number one?
No, that was his number two.
for me.
Okay, so my number one movie, Joe, is...
No, Corey, are we doing honorable mentions first
Oh, well, we can do honorable mentions if you want to.
before we do number one?
What if I...
Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah, let's do honorable mentions. So
Go
we're
ahead
gonna
with
do,
yours.
you already
Go ahead.
named one of mine, Homeward Bound.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead with your other two.
My other two are Miracle. Okay, that's a great hockey movie.
yeah.
Okay, with Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay, good movie, true story. I always like true stories. That's always cool. All right, and then my other one is a newer one that I just had to mention because I'm always partial to Winnie the Pooh, and that's Christopher Robin. I thought they did a great take on that.
Interesting.
It was
Okay.
very sweet movie to
Okay.
me, and my daughter loved it. I may have cried 3 times.
So you mentioned you mentioned oh Lord, you mentioned one of mine, National Treasure. It could have definitely made it into my top 10 debated. Another one is the Rookie. With Dennis Quaid, and like me playing ball growing up, like
yeah, that's a good one.
I think it deserved honorable mention. And man, you're going to give me so much heck for this other one. And this is let me guarantee you. This was number 10, but I switched it out, and I'm going to get so much heck here. But you want to take a guess at what this movie is?
Blank Check.
It's High School Musical.
No.
Why did you put that on your number 10, Bo? You chicken.
I put it not because I love it and Freaky Friday together. Let me explain this, by the way. Okay, first of all, hold up. I was.
What conversations did I just?
Who's this guy? Who's here with us?
This is a friend of mine.
What's up, man?
We're debating our.
doing
We're
a
almost
top
finished.
10.
Disney live action.
Yeah,
We're on YouTube. Blockbuster Battles. Go watch us.
You're not on YouTube. You're on.
Well, we will be after we're on Twitch right now, live, but we'll be on YouTube. You can go back and watch it, the edited version. So we debate
we're almost
music,
done.
movies.
We're almost done. But okay, let me give you an explanation here, real quick, because I do have to give one for this. But like I was dating this girl, man, in high school, and she was a cheerleader, and she watched it, and she was like, "Oh, you have to watch this movie with me, babe." And I ended up watching a musical with her, and she was a singer, sang in church and everything, and like I don't know, man, the songs were good. It was a good movie. Whatever. Zac Efron, he's still making great movies. All the girls think
is
he's
he?
hot. Whatever.
Is he making good movies?
He made Baywatch. It was funny.
Was it?
Neighbors
Neighbors
was funny.
Neighbors was
it was
good.
funny. Neighbors was also funny.
Baywatch was garbage, though. Baywatch was
And he has a special
absolute
on
trash.
Netflix.
Agreed.
And he travels the world.
Yes.
Agreed to which one, sir?
That Baywatch is garbage.
It was garbage.
Hey,
Okay.
Mike,
What about
Mike
Neighbors
said,
then? What about Neighbors?
Neighbors is a good one. Mike said this
Okay.
explains a lot. His best movie, though, is the one where he swaps place with Chandler from Friends.
What?
The movie where he just
Wait,
swaps
what?
he swaps places with what's his name?
Matthew Perry?
Yeah. They swap places and he goes back to high school. Matthew Perry swapped places. Their bodies switch. Kind of like Freaky Friday,
Okay.
except the male version,
Well, you-
which men would watch instead of Freaky Friday.
Okay. First of all, you know what? I don't even care. I'm owning this. It's in my honorable mentions, first of all. But High School Musical was a good movie when I was a kid, okay? And everybody went crazy for it. I had to go lifeguard for kids' birthday parties, and that's all they played was that soundtrack. And me getting to sing along with these kids, it was awesome. So you guys can just shut up. It's on my honorable mentions, High School Musical. Let's get some. We're all in this together, baby.
All right, moving right along to my number one movie. Okay, you mentioned my number one movie, and I didn't say a lot about it. But the number one Disney live-action movie is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Okay, for all the reasons you name. Plus,
Best.
it's just awesome, okay? You got Rick Moranis at the height of his career who walked away from who knows how many. I really wanted to put Little Giants on here, even though it's not a Disney movie, because that's the best movie. But every movie he was in was good, but just something about that. And like I said, I went to the ride and was a part of it. But the way that they were out in the yard, and it just all took place right there in their house. And you saw these big adventures that came out of just their house. It was so neat of a concept, and just so cool.
I can't argue with this pick. It went up to number one. What you got, brother?
What about Mom House?
My House. Boy, I have not seen it. I am sorry.
No, the mom is the house.
Mama's house. Big Mama's house, you mean?
No, like you ever seen that sci-fi Disney movie, like Mom's House?
No, never seen it.
I've never heard of that.
I haven't either. This is interesting.
Yes, I'm very intrigued by this.
Explain it.
No, it's like a AI house, which it thinks it's their mom. So like when they spill smoothies and shit, the
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the smoothie soaks up. The carpet soaks up the smoothie. It's like, don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah. No. I need to go back and rewatch that. But that is. Man, I forgot about that movie.
Kind of fucking creepy if you think about it, though. It's kind of holding captive.
It is. So number one for me, and Corey, I know that it's already been number one on one of my lists, and it's going to be number one again because
I know what it is.
You do know what it is. You want to go ahead and say it for me?
It's Remember the Titans.
You're darn right. It's Remember the Titans.
It's Remember the
Titans, man.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie, but it was co-produced. That's why I didn't put it on my list. It was not just a Disney movie.
It's still Disney.
I know. It still says Disney, and we just talked about it in Denzel. That's why I didn't put it on my list. But it is a great movie.
And see, when I was going through it, man, and just struggling with all this and everything else, I was just like, just to talk about this movie one more time for anybody that hasn't seen our earlier ones, one of Denzel's best performances, as a matter of fact, I think it made both of our number ones, didn't it?
Yeah,
for Denzel?
Both of our number ones for Denzel.
Yeah, so it's not only number one for both Denzel, but if we're doing Disney live action, man, it's still relevant today. I can go watch it at any time. I still am playing CCR because of this movie all the time, riding up and down the road, up around the bend. Great soundtrack, one of the best soundtracks. Great message, carrying Bertier's mama into town, and she weighs twice as much as, the offensive lineman. It's Remember the Titans is right there for me. Great message. Will be till the day I die between Coach Boone and Coach Yost. Love it.
Great movie. Great
That's
choice.
my number one.
I can't argue with that. Even though it's not on my list, there's reasons it's not on my list that you know.
What about Invincible?
Invincible's a good movie, too.
That's
a real good movie. That's a really good movie. I'll tell you one that I wanted to put on my list, okay, but I weren't sure it was theatrically released, and I couldn't find it, was the garbage-picking, field-goal-kicking Philadelphia Phenomenon.
Invincible?
You've never seen this movie? It's got Tony Danza in it, and he's a garbage man, and his garbage truck is broke. Okay, and
got Mark Wahlberg in it.
No, I'm talking about
no, it's a different one. It's different. I know what you're talking about with Invincible.
Yeah, Invincible.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the garbage picking, field goal kicking, Philadelphia Phenomenon. So anyway, his garbage truck's broke, Joe, and so in order to get it to work, he has to kick the lever up. Well, because he kicks it up every day, his foot's super strong, and so he can kick like a 70-yard field goal, and he gets signed with the Philadelphia Eagles and starts kicking field goals for him. But he kicks it straight on.
I have to go watch that.
Not from the side. It's pretty fun. I'm not even sure that's my number.
Yeah,
4.
it's in there.
It's not on Joe's list.
Well, let's
because he's garbage.
Okay, well, I was just about to say, can we run ours back through to have our two people in the chat?
Okay. All right. So you want me to give mine first, or you want to give yours?
You go ahead and give yours first.
Okay. Here's my top 10. All right. Number 10, The Parent Trap. Number 9, National Treasure. Number 8, The Jungle Book remake. Number 7, Santa Claus. Number 6, Old Yeller. Number 5, Cool Runnings. Number 4, Mighty Ducks. Number 3, Hocus Pocus. Number 2, Pirates of the Caribbean. And number 1, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
3 honorable mentions, go.
I ain't putting honorable mentions on there. It's top 10 list. It's top 10 list. This is just for yeah.
All right. Venus, other friend, can't remember your name, sorry. Y'all got those 10, right? You don't even read them back. Okay. Then My 10 is Freaky Friday, number 10. Number 9 is, yeah, I know, man, laugh it up. It's fine. Lord, I've already messed myself up. Number 9 is Flubber, Robin Williams. Number 7 is Mary Poppins. Number 6 is Homeward Bound. Number 5 is Old Yeller. Number 4 is Holes. Number 3 is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Number 2 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Number 2 is Santa Claus, and number 1 is Remember the Titans.
You want us to pick? Who
Yes.
you
Oh
think
yes,
is-
oh yes, well,
Yes.
yes. We would like a vote.
Yes.
Who had better movies?
Yes. Who had better movies?
Which list is better? Which list?
Yeah.
Yeah, which list is better?
That's a
I
tough
like the
one.
Is
first
this-
one.
I like
Ha That's one vote right there for
All
me.
right, and one
I
vote for Corey.
all of his movies.
Once you said
You gotta pick.
Flubber, you're out of the game.
How dare you, sir? Robin Williams, rest in peace. Get out of here.
List. I like
Hey.
his list.
I love Robin Williams, but Flubber was a freaking horrible movie.
It was kind of a
Oh,
flub.
what?
Got it. See what it in there.
Corey, you agree with me. It was a good movie. Don't be
Yeah,
look at Corey just agreeing with the
listen,
audience now.
I just go with it. Hey, the list has already been
I'd have to
said.
go
Though.
with Corey's list, but I
Oh,
like
yes.
the ones on your
That's
list.
fine,
He's
that's
just
fine,
I
that's
like
fine.
more on his
You know what?
list.
You know what that's called, Joe? A constellation
But I
prize.
like I agree with you.
Mike voted for me
That's
way
all right,
earlier.
Susan.
Okay.
Say what? Oh, so did Mike get out of there?
Yeah, but he voted for me. He said you ain't got Mighty Ducks. You're irrelevant to him.
Yeah, my
That's- That's fine. That's fine. We'll see what Facebook has to say tomorrow. I'm going to drop a helicopter on all y'all in Warzone. So let's start there.
Hey, wait a second. Hold on. Before we go, I'm gonna post this on there. I'll probably post it on there by Thursday at the latest, so that we can get it out before
Good.
Friday.
The quicker you can edit it, the better. Tomorrow, because I've been behind, I'm going to drop the vote for the video game movies.
Okay.
And we'll just do a 2-day one, right beside it. I might actually, if you can get that one up, I'll drop that one Friday, give it 48 hours between. But for our viewers, we are doing top 10 horror movies, individual
Franchise.
movies next.
Franchises.
No, we are not doing franchises.
Franchise.
Not doing franchise. We will discuss this, but it will be top 10 horror something.
Top 10 horror
Horror
franchises
movies?
because
I hate horror.
The Conjuring's coming out. And then we'll
Huh?
say
What?
we'll,
No.
and
We'll
we'll
discuss
save
this.
we'll just save the best horror movies for October.
Man. All right, we'll see. We'll talk about it. You and me will talk about it. It'll be top 10 horror something, people.
It'll be something to do with
Saw.
horror, okay? So Joe likes his little
Saw is
horror
good.
movies, okay? I got one of his. I'm gonna tear
It's
to
my
pieces
favorite genre.
already.
It's my favorite genre.
I figured after
Freddy
today it was
Krueger.
musicals.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh God, he was so scary, right? When you were a kid.
He is, man.
Anyway,
Still scary.
Joe, before you're the party leader, so you can start this up. But before you do, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment your favorites down below. Boom, we're out.